I'm Clint Hocking. I'm a creative director at Ubisoft in Montreal, and I'm here at the GDC in San Francisco. It's been a great GDC, very tiring as usual, but you know, for the first time in maybe 5 or 6 years, I decided not to give a talk this year, and so I've been able to go to lots of talks and absorb a lot of stuff because I'm not, you know, tired and stressed with all of my own preparations and stuff. So it really feels like it felt the first few times I went. I really get to, you know, pay attention to the material and learn some stuff and share and talk to people without the stress. It's great. I think Chris Hecker's talk yesterday was really interesting. He was talking about how we use achievements and sort of external incentives in games and how that potentially undercuts player investment and how players perceive games. I think it's really interesting. Basically a call for more research, psychology research into how incentives work, and I think that's great that we have that kind of thinking going on at GDC. It's not just kind of off the cuff, you know, here's what I think. It's a call for professional psychologists to help us figure out some of our challenges. I think that's great. Seen so many great things. I saw a really great talk by Kent Hudson, who's a designer at 2K Marin, talking about AI in BioShock 2. You know, I love the way those guys think. I love the way they design games. You know, they really understand that a game's sort of an expressive space that the player's playing in, and that he needs to understand the rules and the things that are happening around him, and needs to be readable, and just a really concise and really thoughtful sort of examination of some of the things they did right and some of the things they did wrong doing the AI in BioShock 2. I mean, I think the most important thing about GDC for me is the feeling of community and camaraderie. It's about getting together, you know, once a year with this community of game designers and game developers, I should say, who are just, you know, scattered across the globe, really, and seeing people that, you know, I can only talk to online, or that I can only hear about by, you know, reading interviews of them and stuff like that. Finally getting to catch up with them and really understand what they're going through, and not just read the, you know, the marketing stuff about them or their games, and also just to get the pulse of the industry, if you want, to get a good understanding of where things are and where they're going and what's changed since last year and what to anticipate for the future. Kind of mixed, I think, this year. It's, you know, a lot of things have happened in the past year. The sort of explosive rise of casual, like, social games, you know, on Facebook and stuff like that has really changed the industry a lot. Last year, you know, that was sort of a blip on the radar, and, you know, sort of the traditional development didn't pay much attention to it. Now it's a, you know, those guys are making billions of dollars and having tremendous success, and not just that, tremendous impact on the way we think about games and the way we design games. At the same time, you know, it's been a tough year for a lot of people. A lot of people have lost their jobs this year. A lot of people are trying to figure out what's next for them and how to move their own careers and their own lives forward. So it's kind of it's a very intense time, I think, and that's sort of the pulse, is that feeling of, you know, happiness to all be together, but also that feeling of apprehension about the future and about the present and all of that kind of stuff. So it's kind of a schizophrenic year.